Hello, I am Pramod Kumar. Today we will discuss English class 12 CBSE and the book name is Flamingo. Chapter is Poets and Pancakes written by Ashok Mitran. Uh, in this chapter, Ashok Mitran has written about the Gemini Studios where he was working, and his main duty was to cut out newspaper clippings on wide variety of subjects. Before we go ahead, I will request you to jot down my website address. If you go to my website, you can find lot of your course reading material, well explained chapters along with word and meaning in respect of difficult words, and questions and answers also I have given whatever I have been able to give. So please note, after some time we will rub it off. Okay. So this chapter talks about Ashok Mitran's narration of what he saw at the Gemini Studios. He was employed there and his main duty was to cut out newspaper clippings on wide variety of subjects. So many a times people used to think that he doesn't have any regular work, and Ashok Mitran thought his boss also may be thinking in the same way, So several times he was disturbed by other people for other works. So the chapter contains very gentle humor. Very gentle humor has been used to make it a very light piece of reading. Gemini Studios in Chennai was founded by S.S. Vasan, and there was one person, Subbu. Subbu was considered number 2 because he was always found with the boss. Though he was working in a different department, he was always with the boss. So he starts narrating makeup room. Makeup room is full of more than half a dozen big lights, and makeup room is very hot, very lighted, so artists find it very difficult to spend their time in makeup room. Here the writer uses the word, in the makeup room they experience fiery misery due to two things: very bright light and very hot conditions. So pancakes, as you know, it's a cosmetic face powder. In the old times you used to see that most of the actors, actresses, their face was almost painted with white. So that was the use of pancake, cosmetic face powder. So in the makeup room, the writer writes that makeup room represents national integration much before All India Radio could represent national integration. He gives the reason that first the makeup room was headed by a Bengali person, then another person came, some Maharashtrian, and another staff was Kannadiga from Karnataka, another one from Andhra, another person was from Madras and he was a Christian, still another person was Anglo-Burmese, and there were so many other local Tamils. So the makeup room represented a very good example of national integration. Then he goes ahead, he said that there was an office boy. The name was office boy from the position that he held, but he was around 40-45 years of age, and long back he had joined Gemini Studios for becoming either star actor He had joined long back, either a star actor or some top screenwriter. But he ended up being an office boy. And he was some sort of a poet also. He did some little bit of poetry also. This office boy was in animosity with Subbu, the number 2 at Gemini Studios. This office boy used to think that Subbu is number 2 only because of his being a Brahmin. The office boy thought Subbu was not superior to him, either in education or in knowledge. But he was number 2 at Gemini Studios. So there were a lot of animosity between the two. Office boy never liked Subbu. There was also a legal advisor, so-called legal advisor. He was an advocate, but called legal advisor. He was also not directly connected with the boss, but most of the time he was found with the boss. A very interesting incident the writer has narrated. There was a young promising actress. Once she was on the stage. So due to some reason, she just blew off. Means that young promising actress lost her cool. So immediately the legal advisor started the camera and captured her losing the cool. And then he played this to her. That lady was very shocked. So ultimately it resulted into her loss of acting career. She never ventured into acting afterwards. Next, Ashok Mitran explains that one moral rearmament army, MRA, moral rearmament army, along with around 200 people, came to their studio and they hosted a couple of plays. Their plays were very simple but very well received. People saw those plays again and again. And this moral rearmament army was some sort of a counter movement to international communism. Which 200 people came and put some place there, right? Then, after a while, after some time, the boss informed the staff of Gemini Studios that a poet was coming from abroad and he will have an interaction with everybody. So, these Gemini Studios people wanted to know what will a poet do in Gemini Studios? Gemini Studios, which makes movies for mostly local Tamil people of medium type of movies. Then the boss said, no, he's not a poet, he's an editor. Even then people were not convinced what will an editor do there. So finally that day came and that person arrived. He was a foreigner. So the boss gave a long introduction. Perhaps boss also was not knowing much about the visitor. After that, the visitor started. He talked about so many things. And people were finding it difficult to understand his accent. But everything took around 1 hour and he left. People could not find what it was, whether this for what this poet or editor was there at the studios. After a long time, the author came across one magazine, The Encounter. This was the magazine. When he read the name of the editor, then he was surprised. Editor was the same person who had come to their studios as a poet or an editor to address them, to have an interaction with them. And his name was Stephen Spender. Further later on, the author came to know that Stephen Spender is one of the six people who had written The God That Failed. The God That Failed. He was one of those six people. In this, they had written about their journey into communism and their disillusioned return. Their experience they were disillusioned with the experience that they had with communism and they had returned back. So now he could connect that the poet or the editor who had come to their studios was Stephen Spender, and he was the editor of The Encounter, and Stephen Spender was also one of the six people who had written The God That Failed, in which those six people had narrated their journey into communism and their disillusioned return. They had returned back disillusioned. Right? Correct? This is Stephen Spender. He concentrated on themes of social justice. And this is Stephen Spender, who was an editor of The Encounter and had visited Gemini studios and addressed them, and was one of the six people who had written The God That Failed. He used to concentrate on themes of social justice and class struggle. Class struggle. So now he could make out that why this person had come to the Gemini studios and had interaction with their boss and addressed the staff of the Gemini studios. So I think you are able to understand main characters. S.S. Vasan. Who is S.S. Vasan? Founder of Gemini Studios. Who is Subbu? Subbu is number 2, right? Ashoka Mitran. He is the employee oblique narrator. Then we have what we have? Office boy. Then legal advisor. Then a young, promising actress, and Stephen Spender, and in between we have moral, armament, army. So in this piece, the writer writes about the life of poets and actors at the Gemini Studios. This is his first-hand experience since he was employed there, right? So I think you found it okay, right? Here they have explained Pancake cosmetic face powder, Gemini Studios of Chennai, which was founded by S.S. Vasan. Subbu is the person who is number 2, always with the boss. Then author is there, Ashok Mitran, whose duty is to cut out newspapers, clippings and wide variety of subjects. Then there is a makeup room which represents, what does it represent? National integration. Because people from across India work there, almost across India. Makeup room is referred to as the suffering that people undergo there is called as fiery misery due to very, very bright lights and very hot conditions in the makeup room. Then there is an office boy who came here to join as a promising actor or a top screenwriter, but ended up being an office boy. He thinks Subbu is number 2 only because of being born a Brahmin, and office boy doesn't consider him superior in any respect, and there is some animosity between the two. Then there is legal advisor who spoils the acting career of a young promising actress because he recorded her outburst on the stage in camera and showed it to her. She felt very embarrassed, right? Then play by Moral Rearmament Army, which is very popular, people see many times. Then the poet or editor who arrives there, interacts with them. The name is Stephen Spender. Then the author later on finds that Stephen Spender is the editor of The Encounter. And subsequently he finds that Stephen Spender is one of the 6 writers who jointly wrote The God That Fell, in which they had described their journey into communism and their disillusioned return. Right? Stephen Spender was a person who concentrated on themes of social injustice and class struggle. So, very gentle humor has been used in this chapter, and it is very interesting to read, right? I hope you found it good. In case of any difficulty, please do approach me on my email ID, which will be furnished at the thumbnail, and you can visit my website, which I have already given you in the beginning, on which lot of material for you will be there to read. Okay? Thank you very much.